Oh, have we started? Oh, okay, let me just put this away. Hello, everybody. Super exciting stuff today. Today is the 3,000 subscriber special. Oh my gosh. It is so much fun to have a channel with 3,000 people that are excited about the content that I'm making. Today's going to be a very special live stream. We are going to be going through one ship, which are the Expanse shorts. There are five of them, and I'm going to be, since I've worked on the show, I'm not really going to be doing a recap. It's more going to be giving commentary, behind the scenes commentary, let's say. And I can't wait to do this. It's been a while since I've live streamed, so I might be a little rusty. But I'm super excited. And yeah, let's get into it. So basically, I just want to say hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you for wrenching, Sergesi. I see there's ZD also in the chat as well. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, let's get started. Sorry, I'm hearing myself through my headphones. I can fix that. There we go. That maybe should work. Okay, so the first episode of the one ship is called. I'm gonna probably butcher the pronunciation because it's Belter. It's Anakawala. Anakawala. Let's say. So basically, we start with the Tynan. And the thing is, I'm not exactly sure how much I can play of the episode because before, when I was doing live streams, YouTube was actually taking down my streams because of the, what's it called? Copywriting. They just saw that I was watching The Expanse and they're like, warning, we're going to be taking it down. So let's see what I can do and see if, how far I can go by playing. I'll be doing a lot of playing and pausing. Yeah. So here we start off in the Tynan, and this is a beautiful set. It's a beautiful ship. The Tynan Ops deck was probably one of my favorite sets to like just walk around in. So out of all the shorts, I'd have to say this one is not my favorite. I do like it. Um, so Hector Rodriguez says super bouncy, Daniel. Yes. So my chair is a yoga ball. I don't have a proper chair. I'm using a yoga ball, and it's nice to bounce on. I guess I probably should have mentioned that. Just seeing a floating head. Hello, Hector Rodriguez. Um, so yeah, we're inside the Tynan. And here we gotta look at all the details. So we got graphics, we have playback over here, set dressing. It's a show with lots and lots of talent in it. Like to make the show, you need tons of people. Here we have like shout out to Kim, who probably designed all those little food rations and stuff like that. Um, yeah, so you know, I like this short. One of the reasons why is because um, we get to go deep into and hang out in the Tynan, which is always nice. It's a lovely set. But it's also shows, like we'll see in a moment, um, the relationship between Kamina and Dominique. Um, I was going to say Dominique, I mean Naomi. Am I using their actor names? Am I using their character names? So yeah, that's one of the reasons why this episode's really good. And I think one of the coolest part is we get to hear like the happy birthday song in Belter, and that's always fun to hear Belter on the show. One of the things about Belter and the Expanse is that there are different sort of levels of Belter. You have, I don't know if I want to compare it to like it's like some people in Jamaica have like a really thick and patois accent, but they also and then other people speak like more English, like English that we would hear in the UK or something like that. and with less patois. And there's a similar analogous to Belter. Some Belters will speak to a point, if you don't understand Belter, it's almost unintelligible. And then other Belters speak. I know it's sometimes it's a bit for the audience, because if they spoke full Belter the whole time, the audience will be like, what the heck is going on, and they won't understand much. But the show sometimes does do that. So yeah, and this song that we have in this episode is like a sort of a higher patois. It isn't like happy birthday Beltaloda. No, it's not that. It's like in Belter patois. So that's one of the reasons why I think this is so damn interesting. And it also shows this scene here that Kamina cares about Naomi, and Naomi cares about her. So a great scene overall, and there's also sort of like a B storyline that's happening too here as well. So one interesting thing about, since I was talking about Belter, um, Hector Rodriguez says mixing actor name with character, or the West Chatham School, as I call it. I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that. So, speaking about Belter, the show actually hired a linguist, and I don't know 100%, but I believe the linguist was from Harvard, but I'm not 100% sure about that. It is a professional linguist that had to flesh out and develop the language for TV, because what we get in the books is like a glimpse, or sort of like we get words, we get phrases, we get like the world building, but as a full blown language that wasn't developed or structured as thoroughly as you would need for a television show. Because for a TV show, you also need, like, I don't know, packaging. Like, what would Belter, mushroom, like soba noodle rations look like? Those are things that if you want Belter on it, well, you need a constructed language. So the Expanse show did hire a linguist for that, and I would love to maybe just do more information about like the linguist, and the Belter language, and how the show developed it. That might be an interesting concept to go around. So I think we've covered enough on this one short. Why don't we move on to the second one? Second one is Zenoba, and this is spending some time on a UNN ship. It's always fun to spend some time on a UNN ship. And the Zenoba, it was loved, I think, by people. It has an amazing exterior. And one of the things that actually surprised me a little bit is the fact that there was VFX on these shorts. I didn't know if there was going to be a budget for it. So, yeah, but there was budget for it. And yeah, a lot of these shorts will start off with an exterior or something, and we see a beautiful exterior of the Zenoba. Shout out to the VFX team; they did a wonderful job. This set was also fun to walk around as well. This main hub was actually, I think it looks a little bigger on camera, because it really wasn't that big. It was sort of compact and tight with and I think that's the vibes they were going for. But usually some sets, you like to space things out a little bit to have room for the crew and stuff. But from what I recall, is this set was detailed and pretty tight as well. But love the set. Honestly, this probably was not my favorite short. And I think it's more because of the subject matter. People who, I don't know how much spoiler territory we're going to get into, but people who know the books and Avasarela's character, this short sort of hints a little bit to stuff that's going to happen in the future. Let's just say that. And I mean, you get the gist of it in this episode. But also, you get to see the corridors are very nice as well. And we have Chris represent, gives me a thumbs up to you, buddy. Thanks for watching the stream, Chris. So yeah, the corridors look very nice as well. Rodriguez, Hector says, oh yeah, ship, I'm not gonna say that word, is the best. Don't judge me. Yep. The exterior ships are always nice to look at. I mean, it's eye candy, really. It establishes the scene, and it's also just delicious eye candy. Having a nice VFX render of the exterior of the ship is always beautiful. And I always love the Rossi exteriors, and we do get a little bit of that in these shorts. We have Gilberger. I think that's how you say your name. Good evening. Good evening. Well, good evening to where you are. In Canada right now, it's almost noon. So, good afternoon here. Good evening to you. So, let's move a little bit forward. So yeah, and if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat, and I'll do my best to read and answer them. Um, so let's continue with this short. So we have a corridor walk. And again, I'm trying not to do a recap. I want to do more behind the scenes content. And I want to, answer any questions you guys have about the show, because other people can do recaps. For me, as someone who worked on the show, I really want to dive into the behind the scenes element production, just talk the Expanse. Oh, you're in Germany. Where are you in Germany? I spent a bit of time in Germany this summer. I loved it there. The €9 rail pass was fantastic. It got me everywhere, from Cologne to Frankfurt to Berlin, everywhere. I went everywhere on it. Love of Jesus, hello to you. We have Paul from Ireland. Hi, Chris. Don't know what time it is. It's gray out. Yeah, it's getting a little gray in Canada too. We're heading towards the winter months. So, yeah, I just want to reiterate how awesome the set is. And one of the things about these shorts is we were reusing sets that we already have, standing. So that's why in the shorts we do some Rossi stuff, we do some Zenoba, because these are at the end of the season 6. They're we still have these ships and we could film in them. And then they wrote sort of stories around the ships that we still had. Gilbert says, I live in the Southwest near the French border. Very awesome. Yes, I know generally where you are. I was in Germany around the French border as well, traveling Europe this summer. Awesome. I love Deutschland and Ireland too. I want to go to Ireland one day as well, Paul. I'm really excited to go and have to experience the pubs. Let's say the pub experience, food and drink and all that stuff. Okay, so this is where the episode starts to take a little bit. It starts to get a little sad because there are some. It's not really clear what's happening, but we're hinted that Avasarala is going through some health stuff. We know she's one of the older and wiser characters in the show. We can say that Holden also is going through some health stuff after the Eros incident, but it seems like Avasarala's health stuff is coming from possibly age, and when you get older, these things happen. So she's soaking that up, that information, relaxing. She gets a message from home, and I believe this is her granddaughter. We have Edmund says, hey, Chris, from New York City. You are not far from me at all. Overlooking George Washington Bridge, which looks like Derek Medding set to me. So glad to happen upon this. The ships always looks fantastic. Yes, I want to reiterate how good the ships look in the show. The VFX team did such a great job with not a lot of money. Honestly, the Expanse, we did a lot with a little. Let's just say that. I'm very impressed what can happen when you have a passionate team and a focused team when you don't have a lot of money. And I really think that sometimes an unlimited budget doesn't always make the best content. And then we have Paul Power that says, sounds good. We'll keep some mushroom whiskey for you. Thank you very much. I definitely want to try some mushroom Beltalowda whiskey in Ireland. All right. So, very awesome scene. Stuff like this, whenever there's a unit, like a screen or something that's like, this is just cut plexi, you need to track it. So what the VFX people will do is they'll pick some corners and they'll pick markers, and they will have to track it at all points, because that's how you superimpose your image on top of it. Maybe it would be interesting if I can do a video about how this is done. So, Love of Jesus MK2 says, y'all did a utterly stellar job with the budget. I think we did a really good job. And one of the reasons too is that as the seasons progress, we did not necessarily get more money. We actually got sometimes equal or less than the previous season. So moving forward, it was always like the Expanse was a huge challenge across the boards. It was a huge challenge because of the scale. It was a huge challenge because of the budget. It was a huge challenge because sometimes we wouldn't get a renew right away. We got canceled season 3. So the Expanse was one of the most challenging shows I've ever done in my film career, but it was also one that I'm most proud of and the most excited about, for sure. I mean, I have a whole channel dedicated to Expanse content, so that doesn't say a lot about how much I love this show and love working on the show. I think we got enough for that episode. Let's go to episode 3, Win or Lose. We have Gilbert that says, I love the videos of Adam Savage when he visited the Expanse sets and showed all the practical props. Amazing work. Yes, I think those Adam Savage tours are fantastic. Having him going around the sets was great. I actually met him once on season 2. When he came to the art department, I shook his hand. I was very nervous because I'm a huge Mythbusters fan, and yeah, he was super, super, super cool and such a wonderful dude. I love Adam. He's such a great dude. And Paul Power says, I am constantly impressed by the terminals. They're so organic to the world. It all adds up. Yes, I think they work in the Expanse show, but I don't think they're very practical in real life. And let me tell you why. So having this, it's kind of hard to read. Can you read that text? Like, you could, but it's a little difficult. And that's why we have phones with solid backings, because it's a lot easier to read when you have like a solid back. So we have our first question from Hector. What design details, either ships or in other departments, do you wish had been more noticed or praised by the fandom? I have my own, but I'd love to hear yours. I mean, it's a very good question, but I'm a little conflicted, because when you're watching the show as the art department, our job is to paint the world. So we want you to be focused on the story and character so much. So the idea of people appreciating the set, like, I do appreciate it, but we don't want the set to stand out too much. Like, imagine you're walking on a set on like series, let's say, and there's like something really distracting and your eye kind of goes to it and it looks weird. It's like, we don't want that to happen. We just want to build the world. So that being said, I want people to notice the show to be good quality and not necessarily being distracted by the sets, if that makes sense. Like, I think it's an ensemble. It's a show where, I mean, our television in general is an ensemble act with multiple departments. And yeah, so if that answers your question, that I think that I don't want people to notice the sets. I want them to notice the story. I want them to feel for the characters. I want them to live in the world. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, now we're going to episode 3, Win or Lose. And I have to say, I absolutely love this one. Maybe, as you can tell, the other two, I thought they were okay, but this one was fantastic. We first start off with a shot of the Rossi, and now we have the cargo bay, the Rocinante cargo bay. So I love this episode because it's a standoff between two of the strongest people, like physically strongest people on the Rossi crew. And it's just that there's tension. There's tension of multiple types, if you know what I mean. Like there's tension because both of these people are fighters, and there's also a hint, and this might be me trying to ship them, but I also think there's a sexual tension, if you know what I mean, in this episode. I might be looking too much into it, but I definitely felt that. Sorry, I'm really thirsty by talking so much. So I just thought this episode was absolutely fantastic. Anytime we're on the Rossi, I'm happy. And yeah, these two are some of my favorite characters. Everyone loves Amos. And Bobby is like, she is such a talented young actor. And she's actually built. Like, when I see her at the rap parties, it's like, hello, Frankie. Like, she is so tall and so talented. I see her having a long career in the film industry. Okay, so we have a question here. Why the choice of burying these amazing shorts in the X-ray interface? I know. Oh my gosh. So I tried. So before I do these live streams, I'll always watch the content beforehand. So I was like, I have a tablet with Prime Video, and I wanted to access the X-rays. I swear, for 10 minutes. I was like, you can't do it on a mobile device. Is it just me? What the heck? And they're so hard to get to. I mean, it should be under the where the bonus content. So you know when you scroll and you see the main lineup of episodes, it should be right there. Just boom, 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 boom. I don't know why they make it so difficult. So yeah, no full screen, no subtitles. Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, I think these are second. They don't. I don't think Amazon or whoever is in charge didn't think too much about these. These were sort of an afterthought. The love of Jesus says that okay with Bobby beating me to death. Oh, you are very hilarious. Yeah, so some people didn't even know these shorts existed. I wish that Amazon or someone would have like pushed them a bit more. Was this the one directed by Wes? I don't. Did Wes direct any of them, or did he write? We can just look at the credits. I know he for sure. I know he helped write a few of these. I don't know if he directed. Directed by Lewin. So yeah, Lewin. I think Lewin directed all these, and I've worked with Lewin for a very long time. His eye is great. We're gonna talk about a later episode that he directed. Oh my gosh. And okay, I'll just say it right now. Episode 5 is one of my favorite pieces of Expanse media ever, and I'm gonna be spending a lot of time on episode 5 because it's so good. Gilbert says, I didn't know these X-ray shorts existed until now. Oh, you're gonna oh man, this is like spoilers then. Well, you can watch them later. So I don't know why my camera keeps focusing weird. Okay. Oh man, you are going to enjoy these shorts. Oh, I also wanted to mention something. Guys, you have to stay till the end of this stream because I'm going to be showing you guys some really cool stuff. So stick to the end and you guys are going to be like, wow, this is awesome. I'm going to show you some behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, 3,000 subscriber special. I want to thank everyone for subscribing to the channel. It's really helping me and motivating me to make more videos, better quality videos. And thank you very much. So yeah, Hector says Wes wrote it. Yeah, I don't know which ones he wrote. So Lewin directed them, and Wes helped write. I don't know if he helped write all of them or some of them. I should look into that. All right, so This is fantastic. It's like a standoff of two warriors. They're representing, different places. We have Earth represented and Mars represented. We have masculinity represented. We have femininity represented. We have badass represented, and boom, we have. So the one thing I have to say though, as someone who's done a little bit of martial arts, I'm pretty sure if the goal was just to throw the other person on the ground with a headlock like that, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to like make them lean back, take a step, and then just drop them. And he'd be on the ground, and Amos would have to clean up the cargo bay. But that's not as exciting. You know, Bobby wants to knock him out. Basically, it's not as exciting because we need tension in this scene. We need drama. So yeah, that's why. I mean, this is one of my favorite shorts, though. I think it was well shot. I think it was well done. It's like, go to sleep, Amos. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. And things are getting blurry, but he's clever. He uses a little old let's turn on the alarms trick on the phone. I can do that too. No, I can't. Oh yeah, look at this too. So it could flash. You see that? Super cool. Alrighty, and then boom. That's like almost like a body slam type of move, and the conflict is over. And basically, the idea was that they were betting for who would clean up the rest of the cargo bay, and I guess Bobby was left to do it. And another shot, I thought that was a really good scene as well, handing your hand and then moving it away. I just want to appreciate this last scene of just the shot being pulled up. It's so beautiful. And if you were going to film something like that, you actually have to take the roof off. So a lot of these sets are built in such a way where you can move walls, you can take the roof off, stuff like that. So with this type of shot, you have the camera that's kind of just being pushed down, pushed up. You can do that motion, but you can't do it with a roof on, is what I'm trying to say. You need to take the ceiling is probably the better term. You have to take the ceiling off to do those type of shots where you can just drop the camera down and push it back up. And I just think it's a great way to end this short, beautiful, beautiful episode. So for those of you who have seen these episodes, I'm really curious I want you to tell me which ones are your favorite and which ones are your not so favorite. Like what are your list of what do you love the most? This is one of my favorites, for sure. I absolutely love Win or Lose. I thought it was great. A lot of tension in the episode. It was great. Moving on. Wow, I've already done 4 of these guys. I'm gonna be spending a lot on the last one because I really like the last one. Take a sip of water because I'm so thirsty. All right, we start off with the exterior of the Rocinante, which is always amazing to see the ship. And in this episode, we have the Rossiops Deck. Beautiful, beautiful Rossiops Deck. I mean, it's gone through so many transitions. Like that table there was not in it like the first season or the second season. I that was like an upgrade sort of later on. The screens have changed as well. Like there's been so many variations on this set that I think the chairs have stayed the same. One thing that's really interesting as well, if you look at the top right corner, you can see the Rossi lady. I thought that was a nice touch. Someone from Playback or VFX did that, so that was really awesome as well. But what an absolute beautiful set. Well lit, great stuff like that. Okay, so we have another question. Are these shorts directly tied to the story of the regular episodes? No, I don't think so. Yes, I think they're in the world of story, but I don't think they're directly tied to an episode. I guess you can say it's more like backstory. I guess that's that's what I think at least. Um, Lorenzo says it was a fixed table in the center first seasons. Yes. So in the first season, it was just like a flat table, and we later upgraded it and changed it. And one of the cool things too is that in between seasons, we didn't always need to make the set look perfect because it got upgraded. Sometimes the Rossi would get shot up, and we could make it look a little different because it would have to get patched up, upgraded, etc. This is a set that I really like. We were in the reactor core, and I did a video that's called Extending the Rossi Reactor Core. And I think you guys might enjoy it. Let me just find it, and I could just put it in the chat. So if you haven't seen it already, I highly suggest you watch it because um, basically it's talking about behind the scenes stuff. So let me just boom, paste this in here. Bam. So it's whatchamacallit. Yeah. So basically that there is the episode or the the video I made called Extending the Rossi Reactor Core. And basically what I'm doing in it is explaining how we did not build the whole 360 of the reactor core. We only built a portion of it. So there. And then Extending the Rossi Reactor Core. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. It talks about a technique that we use in film called set extension. So basically we build a little part of the set, and then we green screen the rest of it, and then replace it in VFX. So let's go through this part of the episode. I don't think there was any set extensions in this. So far there's not. And the funny thing is, right there is where the railing ends. So there is a reason why the railing, I mean the shot ends right there. Let's play it a little bit more. Yeah, because the alien, the railing literally ends right there. If you were to go back further, it would just. But by shooting it this way, it gives the illusion that it continues. So yeah. So far, I'm not seeing any set extensions. If you guys watch that video I made, it's like, okay, this here, that uses set extension. Now, this whole set wasn't built. I mean, it looks like it was built, but it wasn't. So over here we have like lines that will break up the set. So if you can see over here, that line there is pretty much where the set ends, and all this here is VFX. Over here, VFX, VFX, and VFX back here. So Edmund Boy says, if I remember right, I think Amazon made them hard to find. You had to click through extras. And yeah, if you want to find the shorts, if you want to watch all of them like back to back, go to episode 6 of The Expanse, season 6, episode 6. Click X-ray and then click bonus content, and it should pop up right there. Hector says, congrats for the 3K, my dude. Yeah, it's quite amazing. It's YouTube is difficult. Let's just say that. To get 3,000 subscribers has been definitely a long process. It's been fun. It's been a lot of work, a ton of work, but I'm super happy about it. And yeah, so Lorenzo said it's pretty seamless. I think they did a great job with the set extension, and they also have to track stuff too. So if your camera's moving in the set, I mean, that shot was pretty static, but if your camera's moving, you need to track the background and then replace it later with CGI. So here in this scene, we are in the mess hall, the Rossi mess hall, and we have see the little red cup there, MCRN cup. Oh, do I have mine? No, it's somewhere else, but I do have one of those tiny MCRN cups, and this I I enjoyed this short as well, but again, I don't think it's my favorite. Um, you guys all know that the Bobby and Amos fighting in the cargo bay was one of my favorites, and the next one after this is definitely one of my favorites. But one of the more interesting things is here we have the activation of the, what's it called, the oh, she has like this biotech that makes her like really really powerful. Yeah, breaks her comm unit. Ugh. I can't break mine. I like my comm unit. And yeah, and then we have complete destruction of the mess hall. Maybe not complete destruction, but the mess hall is messy. To say it's messy. Oh, snap. I skipped a little bit too far. So yeah, another thing too is that when we shot this, we used like the scene here, angled, what's it called? Like camera footage, security camera footage. So this was shot with a mix of like security camera footage and other stuff as well. So I just think that's super interesting way to tell a story is by shooting it with different stuff. And also that was interesting how her biometrics were tracked as well. How a camera can do that, how the Rossi can do that, I don't know. It's science fiction after all. But yeah, what a beautiful looking set. Messy, but beautiful. Oh, and she also ripped out some plants too. That was hilarious. Oh yeah, this is her, and one of the reasons why she was so angry is because she found out that her father has passed away. Mr. Protogen himself. So yeah. So we have another Aaron. Sorry, I can't pronounce your first name. Wilson. Hey, Chris. Hey, chat. Hope you're all well. I'm doing pretty damn good. Thank you very much. Live streaming, of course. No, I'm doing great. Let's go to my favorite episode of these shorts is episode 5, Remember the Can't. So Lorenzo's talking about the mods. So love the choice of activating them with their teeth. It's such a classic. We're staying true to the books and wouldn't make sense in the TV show unless it's her tongue. She uses tongue on mouth roof in book. Yeah, so she does a little circle with her tongue and gets activated. Okay. This pronounced Aaron. Oh, thank you. Aaron Wilson. Thank you for correcting me. Bobby and Amos fight was my fave, partially because it was a shout out to the later books. Yes, I thought that was really good. But my favorite, let's go to my favorite short. Episode 5, Remember the Can't. We start off in the exterior of series, and we're going into series. This is, oh my gosh, I absolutely love this episode. Why? Because it's fun to be on series. I love to see, what Belter life looks like. Casual Belter life. Like, where do they like to drink? Where do they like to eat? Stuff like that. But also, this episode is such a precursor. Basically, the world of the Expanse, one of the lead or the main character, Holden, made a huge life decision because of the scene we're going to see in a little bit. Because this is so we start off in the future and then we flash back to the past. And in the Expanse, we don't always do that. We don't always, have a flash forward, flashback. I mean, it wouldn't be a flash forward. It would be present to flashback. We don't flashback that much in the Expanse. I'm saying flashback a lot. But we can see that we're going to the mural here. And this also means a lot too, because Remember the Can't with Holden's face wouldn't exist if this next scene didn't happen. Things would have played out differently, let's just say. 10 years earlier, we're on series again, and we have some Can't crew drinking. He has a Pure and Clean. Look, I forgot what his name was. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. I'm terrible. Even in real life, I'm so bad with names. And we also have callback to this guy here. He's the protesting Belter who's doing the speech in first episode, first scene actually. Oh my gosh, I love this episode so much. And it's so awesome seeing like just a Belter bar and how they're being mean to an Earther. Well, you will have that, you know. Belters aren't gonna like Earthers. That's just something that's gonna happen because they're gonna be like, you come from a place where you have free water, free air, you don't have to worry about anything. We're here struggling. We're the working class. Belters are the working class. And that's why we got to remember the Kent, guys. Remember the Kent. Remember the Kent. Seeing the Canterbury again was so nice. This short is really amazing. McDowell, I think his name was. Thank you so much. Yes, he's a well walla. Oh, and he crushes his little cat. That made me sad because I thought it was so good. The callbacks, that episode, throughout season 6 was awesome. Yeah, there were so many like things in this that, oh my gosh, I just love it. And seeing Holden, he looks so young. So you guys might be asking, why does Stephen Holden look so young? Well, they shaved his beard, but it's not just that. You can make an actor look younger or older by hair and makeup and lighting. It's a combination of 3 things: hair, makeup, lighting. And I think they did such a great job. And clothing a little bit too, because he's looking fresh. He's looking younger, I guess. So what I can tell here with the makeup, so ways to make people look younger is, of course, for men, shave your beard. So I look older. If I shave my beard, I look like a teenager. So shaving their beard. Another thing too, you give them like nice baseline with makeup, but you also give a little bit of rosiness to the cheeks. A little rose. And he's also drinking too, though. So that's another reason why they give rosiness to the cheek. I don't think they did any digital de-aging at all. I mean, Steven's still pretty young. Like, I think he's in his 30s, maybe touching 40s, but like he's young in general. So there's no VFX on him. He's baby Holden. Yeah, I think it's beard, makeup, and lighting. They have soft lighting on him. His cheeks are rosy. But another thing too, though, is if you have a character drinking, you want to do their makeup. You want them to be a bit redder because drinking makes you redder. That's why I haven't shaved clean in the last 5 years. Yeah, I'm a beard type of dude. I will always have a beard. I actually grew my beard for 8 months recently. Like during 2022, I grew my beard. It was huge, and I hope sometimes it just gets too ridiculous. I hope to get back to it. I want an epic beard again. So yeah, we have baby Holden here. He's drinking, and one of the things too is that he's very like, this is showing off to his character of how personable he is. He can get along with Martians, Belters, or like Holden is a guy at least at this point who can get along with a lot of people, and his story is absolutely hilarious. He's without pants. So, you know, what's a good story with pants on? No, a good story never starts off with "I was wearing pants." A good story starts off with "I was wearing no pants." That's how good stories are formed. And yeah, you can tell that the Belter crew like him a lot. Belter crew, I should say, just the Belter citizens. And I'm curious, like, what are they drinking? It looks like they're drinking some gin over here. Maybe we got some mushroom whiskey on the left. I'm loving the Belter tattoos on the Belter on the left. He got some wicked face tattoos. And this moment here is really important because we're seeing the moment where Holden's going to be given the opportunity to work on the Canterbury. And because he works on the Canterbury, we have him getting on the night and going to check out the anomaly or the distress signal. So it's like this scene here is so important. I mean, I like it because we get to look into Belter life, Belter society, Belter drinking culture. But I also like it because it's the moment where Holden's about to make a really big life decision. He's happy where he is right now, drinking beer. He's sort of like a castaway, I guess you can say, going to brothels. Maybe that's not really his style, but I think it's absolutely great because he gets an opportunity. He says like, look, you don't have to do anything. You're going to get paid well, and you get to be fed and hang out and board too. So they give him a drink, and wow, it's like the scene too. I think it's well directed as well, and it's so simple. Captain says to Holden, "People like you. People do like Holden." I think the audience like him. I think characters in the show like him. I'm sure that he also made enemies too, though. Not everyone likes him. The turning point that sets in. Oh, what did I do? So Edmund says the turning point that set his future. This is my second fave. Yeah, I think this one is my first favorite. I love the look of series. This is my first favorite out of these shorts. If you guys haven't seen them, you definitely should. Oh my gosh, I just realized I'm so bouncy. I'm very like fidgety. If I'm not bouncing, I'm like fidgeting with a pencil. I wasn't the greatest student. I got good grades, but I was always like fidgeting with something or bouncing. Okay, so yeah, I just need to like absorb this episode a little bit more. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Remember the Camp mural. Another thing I've noticed too is that there's been no copyright claims so far. So I think the copyright bots are not sniping my stream. So I'm just gonna let this play out. It's always risky because sometimes they could snipe your stream. But I think we're getting to a point where I said this is the 3,000 subscriber special. 3,000 subscribers. Wow. And this means that I'm going to show you guys something really cool. I did say that at some point that stick around till the end because I got some cool stuff to show you. Gilbert asked, does every season have these shorts? No, they don't. No, they don't. So it's just this season. So the cool thing, maybe I'll just pause this, that I'm going to show you guys. Thank you for everyone for sticking around to the end. And it's going to be we call them Alexa stills. And they're basically what the camera sees before it goes to the final cut. And they're just still images, so they're really simple. But they're of season 2. So another thing before I get into them, I have a bunch. We'll go through them. We'll talk about them. I want to just do a quick plug. For the last 5 years, I've been working on a game called the Indigo Parallel. I'm going to put it in the chat. And if any of you guys game out there, check it out on Steam. It's a 5-year project I've been working on. I'm so passionate about it. I've had people play it, and I've gotten really good advice and feedback on improving it. So if you guys want to support me and the channel, boom, check out the Indigo Parallel on Steam. The link is in the chat. All right, let's go through these images. So we have Miller over here on a blue screen. He's doing a spacewalk. And if anyone can guess what scene this is in season 2, I'm sure you guys could. You guys are a smart bunch. Oh, Gilbert, thank you very much for putting it on your wish list. It supports me so much because I'm actually transitioning out of film and I'm going to start doing YouTube and making games and stuff like that for my future career. So it's a big step. And you guys are going to get more videos, basically. The more the more successful my game is, the more videos you get on the Expanse, because then I don't have to like work and film 12 hours a day and not have that much time to make videos for you guys. So anyways, so if you guys can guess the scene. So basically, maybe I'll wait for a moment if you guys can guess it. Let's see. So you have this as a hint and this. So this is like sort of a breach pod, and it's the scene where spacewalk towards Eros. There we go, Hector. Very good. So yes, we have the belters that are now going towards Eros, and we have the launching of both what's it called, Miller and Diogo. So we have them here. Here's a side view of it. We have a launch. Boom. So these little tracking markers here are for, so this is season 2. They're for tracking the VFX. So basically you have the camera moving and it will use these markers to superimpose the background in it. So this would be deep space with like Eros sort of there in the background. Here we have the belters lined up and they're about to go out. Another shot of that. Super cool. I was actually there on set one day. Yes, Sir Gussie, you confused episode. Go get laid, kid, would you? Yeah, I always thought that was hilarious. So basically, yeah, the launching of them going to Eros, because they're bringing a bomb to Eros. So here we have Diogo and Miller, and again, all this was CGI'd out. So they would take the blue out, replace it with deep space and or the rest of Eros. Over here we have them walking on the, I forgot, what did we call this set? I think we called it Eros Walkway, Eros something. So yeah, let's look at the next image. And this is them setting up the bomb. It was actually funny because I think they used stunt people sometimes. They don't always use the actor for the wire work. Sometimes they'll put a stunt person just in case if anything happens. You'd rather like the stunts to be done by stunt people and the acting to be done by the actors. You don't want your actors to get injured. So sometimes these are stunt people that are doing the wire work. Sometimes it's the actors doing the wire work. So it really depends on the scene, maybe even on their schedule too. If the actors are really busy, you can just, shoot their scenes and then replace them with their stunt double. It's always something to consider as well when filmmaking. So yeah, we have them walking in the walkway here. So in this scene here, in this frame, there's not much CGI needed because you can just crop out this bottom. You can tilt the camera up just a little bit. So in filmmaking, we always try to limit the amount of CG that's needed. We only want to use CGI when it's absolutely necessary because of the budget. It's a lot more expensive if we have lots of CGI scenes. So we try to limit the amount of blue screens in the scene. So let's see. Here we have him walking through the corridor, and of course we have, this would be extended, or not like set extended, so it would be space in the background. Here is an image of a belter that has seen better days. We can see that the crystals are, in his face face shield. Gilbert says, it was great to catch you live. Gotta go. Look forward to your future content. Peace out, Gilbert. Gilberger. I said Gilbert. Thank you very much for checking out the stream. I really, really appreciate it. And definitely more content is in the way. You guys are going to love what I have in store. I got some good stuff. It takes a while. I try to make good videos, so it takes a while, but I got some great content in the works. Got Rain here that says, I just finished watching through The Expanse a couple weeks ago. Your channel has been really cool to go through and see the behind the scenes on such an amazing show. Thank you very much. That's what I do. I do behind the scenes content of The Expanse. I also do some space stuff, some game dev stuff. So I got so much stuff in the works. These videos take a while because I'm writing scripts and I need to edit them and stuff like that. Edmund Boy says also wishlisted. Looks very cool. Thank you very much for wishlisting the game. It's huge support of the channel. It's my passion project, and it will not, like, I never put one thing in front of the other. The game's coming out in November, but I always still leave time to work on this channel. So I got more content in the works for you guys. So let's look at some more of these images. Now, this is a really cool image because it's upside down. And now the question is the camera upside down? Yes. But also, I don't know if this is the stunt double or the actor. I think this is that Miller? Yes, this is Miller. He's upside down too. So if you look on the left over here, oh, you can't see it. I'm blocking it. Hold on, I can move myself. So if you guys see over here on the left, up there, if you can see up there, there's a guy. He's standing right side up on Earth gravity, but the camera is upside down, and of course, the person here that looks like they're right side up is actually upside down. How cool is that? That's such an interesting. Okay, now we're back to right side up. All this upside down stuff. Maybe I can leave myself up in this corner. Maybe I go in this corner. Hey. Sorry, I'm having too much fun with this streaming software. Okay, so basically, yeah, so we're back here. I think this is the, oh, that must be Diogo. Okay, so I confused the two. Yellow here is Diogo because he's the first one to go, and then Miller is the second guy to go. Already, this is Miller for sure. Okay, Miller because he has the red on him, like the red little wardrobe stuff here. Okay, so and this is Miller going like full speed because he kind of crashes onto the deck, onto the catwalk. So Hector says the level of physicality for making this look so seamless has to be incredible. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work from a lot of different departments, and also anytime there's wire works, you have a rehearsal, like a pretty intense rehearsal, because you don't want things to go wrong with wire work. So before we shoot anything with wire work, we do an intense rehearsal, like how's everything going to be rigged up, how's everything going to go, and we try. Safety is number one when filming. It isn't always on every production, but I remember clearly on The Expanse, safety was always number one. Safety for the crew, safety for the actors, safety for everyone is super important when you're making a film, because at the end of the day, no one's life is worth a frame of film. It's just not. Life is precious, and filmmaking, you could always reshoot it. You could always do CG. Like, there's so many things you can do. You don't need to risk crew's life, and that also includes overworking as well. Like, we don't need to stress people out, and to a point where they're so stressed where it's negative for their health. So these are all things that I hope the industry can sort of figure out, and we can make the safest environment for crew to film in. And so we'll have nice and great content for years to come, but also have happy and longevity with the crew. So here we have this looks like the moment before the impact, right before the impact. And this, I can tell you 100% was a stunt double. This wasn't Miller. It's too risky. Imagine if you have, and this is block 2. So the way we film The Expanse is in blocks. Episode 1 and 2 is one block. Episode 3 and 4 is another block. And that's the way we kind of group the episodes. And one director will take one block, 2 episodes. So we're pretty early in the season for this being second block. You do not want your actor to get hurt. So that's why, imagine he just flies, hits that pole, and like breaks his collarbone. Like, that would be really bad for production, which is why we put a stunt double in for scenes like this. But again, we always think about safety because this is a stunt. So it's wire work. Anytime you have wire work, it's always a stunt. But this is like almost like a double stunt because he's crashing into something. So you have to consider, yes, there's wire work involved, but also there's a stunt of the, stunt double crashing into the set. So that's always like, look at that. I do not want to put my actor in any sort of scenario close to that. I know some actors insist on it, but insurance is always a thing too. Maybe insurance is going to be like, hell no, like you can't do that. That's ridiculous. So this is literally the moment of impact. This image here. Yeah, really awesome. So I got one more image for you guys, and it's this image here. This is after the moment of impact, and we have I was going to say we have Miller, but we have probably Miller's stunt double lying on the ground after getting smacked. So yeah, I was like a little unsure of what I wanted to show you guys as the 3,000 subscriber special, but I hope these behind the scenes images, I hope you found them interesting, because I definitely do. I find that seeing, taking a peek behind the curtain to see how things were done is always super cool. And the fact that this was done so long ago, 6 years ago, I think 6 years ago. My math might not be correct, but it was a while ago. So I wanted to show something from like the early days. And it's always nice to have like to see what the shenanigans Miller gets up to. I think he is such a great character. Miller was one of my favorite characters in the show for sure. So yeah, I thought this image looks great as well. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna be winding down. I'll still be here for a few more minutes. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. I'll do my due diligence and try to answer them as best as possible, but I am going to be winding down. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. When I do these, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to be speaking well, if I'm going to flow nicely, if my content is going to be good. So I'm a little self-conscious about it, but thank you very much for saying it was great. I really appreciate it so much. Thank you for everyone in the chat, and the support from this channel has been overwhelming. You guys have been great, and it's super encouraging to, and motivating too. One of the reasons why I started making so much content about the Expanse is I had a video explode a little bit, and and to answer your question, Sir Gussie, at this moment, haven't heard anything, so I'm gonna answer no. Yeah, so basically, like, I had a video explode, and it was a huge motivation because I'm like, whoa, like I can actually do something with this. And that was one of my ship scale videos. Did really good. I mean, explode, I don't know if that's the right term. It started doing well. Like it got 100K views. And I was just like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, if you ever go, I think it's my most popular video. The original Expanse ship scales, 129K views. And once that happened, I was like, okay, let's do this. Hey, Patrick, thank you very much for wish listing the game. This is like super awesome. I really appreciate it. So I just pasted in the chat is the video that encouraged me to focus on the channel and like make this channel happen, make things happen, this video, thanks to this video, everyone thanked this video for me. Even I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for this video and how well the video did. And again, Patrick, I really appreciate it. I know that sometimes people here, they only care about my Expanse content, and I do love making videos about the Expanse, but I'm also a person that has other interests as well and other things. I mean, the game, it's a sci-fi game. So I'm not straying away from sci-fi at all. It's literally a sci-fi crazy game. The Indigo Parallel. Yeah. So the game that I'm working on is just been a 5-year project. It's a game that has multiple branching pathways, and it has every time you play it, you'll get something different because you can choose left or right. You can choose a button up or down. Like there's so many different, like I've spent so much time on different branching pathways. And check the screenshot out. Does this not look like a sci-fi game? This set was this level was extremely inspired by the Expanse, 100%. And I'm also working on a little Easter egg in the game as well, an Expanse Easter egg. So I got some content in the works when it comes to that. So yeah, if you guys were to put this game on your wish list, I would appreciate it so much. And also, like, if anyone wants to like send it to a friend or something that might like it, it's similar to the Stanley's Parable. It's similar to Half-Life. If you know about those games or have heard about those games, you will definitely like the Indigo Parallel. Hector says, well, 100 or so views, that video are me hitting refresh. So just kidding. Really happy that your channel is having more attention. Thank you very much. It's been awesome. All this stuff that's happening on the channel, things have been going super great. I couldn't ask for like anything better. I mean, things are going to just keep growing, and I'm going to focus on making amazing stuff for you guys in the future. So if you guys want to check out some of my other videos, I have a whole playlist about the Expanse. If you go check out my game, wishlist my game, that all helps so much. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to be heading out. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Sir Gussie, for wrenching. I really appreciate the moderation. And everyone else, peace out. Until the next one. I don't know when I'll be live streaming again, but maybe 4,000 subscriber special. Maybe we'll do something with that. All right. So I'm going to be ending the stream. Peace out, ZD. Thank you very much. Peace out. I can't thank everyone enough. You guys have been amazing support. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.